You may want to give that to you. Okay. Sign the order.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Morris on behalf of Pleasant Lake Park.
Good morning.
I'm Christian Obiaki.
What are you trying to hand my bailiff?
I tried to turn this into the clerk, but she's like, "Oh, your time's kind of running out. You should just go in the courtroom." Giving it to you is like the quickest way.
What is it?
It's just a summary of the reality since January 31st till today. I could read it.
The reality of what? Of the household or of life in general?
The reality of this court case, Judge.
Well, you have to show it to the plaintiff before I'm going to even begin to look at it. Do you mind?
I don't mind. No, you know, this would be his argument today, anyhow. It's just a roadmap to his argument.
All right.
I just have a couple comments that I forgot to put in there.
Sure.
Like, this is my favorite sweatshirt. Like, this has all been eaten by rats. They're here. Like, the sweatshirt underneath has been eaten by rats. I've lost 2 pairs of Michael Jordan tennis shoes that are eaten by rats. These pants are eaten by rats. My really nice pair of Kappa pants that were like eaten by rats. I removed everything that I could from that house that's rat infested, that's owned by Mr. Weasel. But like, due to my disability, I couldn't move the couch and table and chairs. But I had to like cut my king size mattress in half. I cut my dresser in half, all with a chainsaw. Took me, and then I cut my mattress with a knife. So like I know he's withholding the deposit. I left a couch in there, but like, you know, I did literally as much as I could, like without taking myself to work. So.
Good morning, Your Honor. We're on today's final settlement conference. Plaintiff is requesting, last the court acted, Mr. Janowiak was ordered out by January 31st. He did that.
Right.
He vacated the premises on time. Plaintiff was withholding security deposit. We haven't had a forwarding address given to us.
It's a P.O. box because I'm homeless.
But the rent has been withheld for the security deposit has been withheld for unpaid rents, not for damage to the premises. There was some furniture left, and I would say excessive filth and trash, which demanded cleaning, but that hasn't been, we haven't charged for that at present. And so plaintiff.
Don't mean that. How much was the security?
The security deposit was $1,000.
Okay.
The outstanding rent, including the gas bill that was never changed over to his name.
It was changed on the 31st. It was
Sir. Hold on. I will let you respond. I always do. But go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Unpaid rents and gas bill is $4,005.19. If Your Honor were to, so if we apply the security deposit, the amount outstanding is $3,005.19. If Your Honor were to disperse the escrow funds, unpaid rents would be $1,770.19. And so that's what plaintiff is asking for today, Your Honor. I can make additional arguments for why I believe there's no tribal issue in this case, if that.
The DTA was taken out on the 30th. Now it's gone by
the 30th of January.
On January, yeah. And then like that is a straight lie. I mean, he also
hold on. He didn't say that you didn't take it out of your name. I mean, you're not charging for the 14 days, are you?
Correct. So my understanding is that he was required to put the gas into his name, and that either didn't happen or went unpaid, one or the other. So I believe my client's books records show that they were just auto paying the gas over the course of his lease.
That's not.
And how much is the gas of this amount?
We're talking about approximately, I have it broken down by month here, but approximately $200.
I've been paying my DTE every month since I've been there. That's a straight lie. Like, that's a pure lie. I swear to God.
Okay,
That's a pure
so
lie.
hang on.
All the records are there. I mean, how can you lie about that?
But hold on. You didn't pay the rent, so
I know I owe DTE like $400. That's it.
well, they're only saying it's about 200 that they paid over the time.
I've paid my DTE bill. I paid all the bills that I needed to pay up until this rat infestation was not taken care of. And then they lied about the rat poop, and they didn't.
Okay, but hold on.
This is a nightmare.
The security deposit can properly be deducted pursuant to statute against back rent. If there's $1,250, I think it is, in escrow. If that's paid over to the plaintiff, they have the $1,000. Your balance with your unpaid rent and the gas bill, but hold on, would come to the $1,770.19. If I were then, and maybe over the objection of plaintiff, but again, I really don't have a tribal issue, and I don't know if plaintiff wants to try it over $200. If I were to give you credit for the $200 gas bill that they're claiming,
That's it. Just $200 over the whole time, not $200 every month. I just have this understanding. I'm sorry.
well, if you had listened to what counsel was saying, that's what he's indicated to me, that it's about $200 that they've paid. So if I give you credit for the $200, that would bring any judgment amount to $1,570.19. So I give you credit for the gas.
So I'm disabled and homeless. I can't afford to pay anything. I'm barely eating as it is. And I lost my job because of this rat infestation. I worked from home for AAA. There's a full-blown rat infestation in the house. You got my next door neighbor to lie about it. Who is Steve?
Sir, I've been through that initially. I think
I
it
know.
was badgers. Then I think there was a beaver that came up. Then that transformed into mice. And then they became rats.
Yeah, it just
And
compounds.
I know all of those rodents running around. I know.
I'm not blowing smoke. I never blow smoke at the judge. I'm blowing smoke.
No, I'm not saying that you're blowing smoke. I'm just saying that's a lot of vermin
It's a lot.
in one spot.
And eating my clothes, eating my food. Look at this. Clothes. My clothes are eaten. I've had to throw away at least $500 in clothes because they're just lying about it. This is an inverted nightmare.
Sir, I don't have anything to try. What you've asked me for, and I read over what you gave to the court, you want the escrow back. I don't think that's proper because the rent hasn't been paid. Also, in looking at everything in regard to this, I don't see where you would be entitled to any abatement necessarily of any rent in this, or that they're gonna need to pay you damages.
So the damages are my clothes have been gone. I lost my job because the rats were literally underneath my bed. They were nesting. They were nesting inside the dresser a foot from my house. I mean, a foot from where I lay my bed, where I lay down. I mean, there's a rat's nest literally underneath my bed, inside the house, and they lied about it while we were all standing in rat poop. And then this kept going on, and no professionals were hired.
I've listened to you every time you come here. I understand what you're telling me, but just because you keep repeating it doesn't make it true.
I know.
You would have had to substantiate that, and you haven't. And so all I'm here to do today is we've dealt with the possession issue. Now we're dealing with just the monetary issue. And I don't think there's an issue for me to try regarding the money.
I can't afford it.
Okay, listen.
I swear to God, I can't afford it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm literally on SSDI.
But-
I'm homeless.
That may become their issue regarding any amount I give in collection of it.
I mean, I'll have to file for bankruptcy. And then, I mean, that all washes away. If I file for bankruptcy, then
Then he gets, well, I don't know what the bankruptcy court is.
it's washed. I mean, you are talking to a disabled street kid that was forced out of his home because of rats and lost his job because of rats. While the whole time the landlord is saying, you're lying, there is no problem. Then I have professionals backing me up. And then I have him saying that like, oh, he's told other neighbors that he's gonna shoot me. Where is that neighbor? That's defamation. I mean, I know that's like a different court case, and I have to go get a lawyer, blah, 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 blah. I know we're just talking about money today, not defamation. That's a different case. I get it. I'm not dumb. But I mean, like, I've been defamed. I've been put on the street. I have lost my job. I've lost my clothes. I've lost my health. I've lost literally almost everything because Mr. Weasel is not maintaining his property. I mean, I'm repeating myself because I'm just expecting you to slam dunk on these people and pay me and shame these people and wish me well. That's what I thought. I mean, you have a reputation of being the all-star judge in Michigan. I expect you.
I don't know if that's the case.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
My kids think of me that way, but I don't know anybody else.
I mean, I'm not
No,
gonna say
listen,
it, but I know you're good.
Sir, listen. You may have thought you knew what I would do in this case. There are attorneys that come in every day thinking they know what I'm going to do, and then they become greatly surprised. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the law. I may feel for you. I may have sympathy for what your plight is, but I'm going to follow the law. That's how it works.
That's what I want you to do is to follow the law.
And that's what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue. I am going to give him credit for the $200 gas bill. So I'll award, and also I will not charge him cost. So I will award a total judgment amount of $1,570.19. The escrow will be released to plaintiff. That is the court's ruling. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
I did write it.
All right, thank you. Thanks for your time, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Did he salute you? He did. Straight on. I think we all need to salute. Anna did. Anna.
Did you say it was good?
Uh-huh.
It's good to go.
Yeah, they're good. Go ahead. Can I go off for a moment?
Yes.
They thought nobody would question it. They thought they could make the stop, control the story, and walk away clean. But inside this courtroom, everything changed. The facts came out fast. The contradictions piled up, and the judge saw right through it. What started as a routine stop quickly turned into a complete disaster for the officers involved. Every bad decision, every overstep, every excuse exposed in front of everyone. Then came the moment they never expected. The judge stepped in and shut it all down instantly. No patience, no sugarcoating, just pure accountability. This is what happens when power gets challenged by the truth. And trust me, you do not want to miss how this ends.